But what I found about the Hispanic audiences, because I would only perform, in the beginning they really did embrace me as soon as I would come. I mean, they would yell out stuff like cochino and all the stuff like that, right? Right. But it was still like, all in fun and whatnot. But I went to the Latino Laugh Festival. They invited me. Remember in San Antonio, right? I remember me and Joey Diaz went over there. We had no money. We begged managers to buy us meals because we couldn't eat. But it was like, all that early experience, was just so vital for me, dude. Because, in the beginning, these white clubs wouldn't have me. They just wouldn't, And then it's as soon as
they wouldn't. So if you called the place, or they wouldn't sign you up, or they wouldn't audition.
No, you would go to the Improv, and it's like you weren't a regular, and you couldn't know. You didn't even know who to talk to, right? Because they didn't have the friend that knew, right? So all I only did was like the Hispanic nights or at the Comedy Store because I was a doorman there. Right. But it's as soon as in 2000 I did Leno and I got Mad TV. Right. Like in a year, and then all of a sudden clubs were like, all right. You know what I mean? They had to at that point.
Sure.
Right? You had to get credit, and then they were like, come on in.
So, but how long because like you don't give a fuck. And a lot of comedians, all they do is give a fuck. So when I would see, right? They're like, so this motherfucker was like no shirt on, fucking naked, fucking thong. You're just like, this motherfucker. It's so crazy that you're like, how can you not fucking love this dude? Like already Latinos love you. Like when they yell cochino, that's like,
that's not a love.
Standing up and that's what you want. So I can see it, I can see it. But also to get out of your own way takes fucking 20 years. Yeah. And you did it in 5 fucking years. Like I don't know how you did it.
It was probably 5-6 years, yeah.
Where you got out of your way faster because nobody tells you got to get out of your own way. I think you find it. But then however your process was, like you're like, I'm not gonna give a fuck early. And that's, I think, when you think about how we waste so much time, guys don't get better.
Yeah.
Guys don't get better. They're around a long time and they're not better or they're not different. You were different and better every time somebody saw you.
Well, I think the most important thing is that not only was I Asian, but I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm a specific, there wasn't an Asian like me.
Right.
Like authentically like me. Like,
and I think that's why when I first met him like a decade ago or 8 years ago, I was like, that That Asian is so fucked up. That's the one I want. Because I don't relate to the do-gooders. Like I didn't, the just by virtue even telling people you're Asian, automatically they put you in a box of being like a model minority and all of this stuff. So when I saw this motherfucker just like half naked at the Comedy Store, I was like, I want that one. That one.
Can I tell you something? Okay, listen. I'm gonna be 60 April 23rd.
Yeah.
In my life, I have never heard I would say Latina, Filipina, Chiquita, all of it together. Any woman say that when she saw a guy and he was fucked up, that they say, that's the one I want. I swear to God.
But remember,
I fucking got chills on my leg. Because if women would just fucking understand that you're fucked up and try and let you be fucked up, but you'll come home. Like, you'll be so much better.
But remember, I grew up boxing as a kid. Between him and I,
making out with fucking Theos. But whatever it is, you know what? That's a fucking beautiful thing because judgment doesn't go away. When fucking people judge you, they might say, oh, I'm very non-judgmental. Then someone parks in their fucking driveway. They're like, hey, you fucking wetbacks, get that fuck,
Oh my God.
And it just comes out.
Yeah.
But, that it's great.
When you were mentioning earlier about your rise and stuff like that, and I kind of like, it's almost as